This episode of Capes and Lunatics is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
Hi, this is Dick Grayson, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
This is Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dank. Wow.
Hey, we've talked to
What an intro.
We've talked to important people. Devin Grayson, my son.
I'm gonna say, I was like, oh, Luca got bumped, man. Second place, poor kid.
Nah, I might try to add in more. But anyway, welcome back to the Nightwing News. I am Phil. Joining me as always,
I'm Kristen. Hello. Dank.
That's right. So, next couple weeks, we should next 3 weeks, we should have a lot of interviews. But this week, we're going to be covering the Black Mirror from Detective Comics 871, 872, and 873.
The actual Black Mirror of the Black Mirror.
Yes.
There's like extended Black Mirror, and then I had forgotten that these three are the ones actually called the Black Mirror.
Yeah, they like the trade paperback. They got a ton of it, the issues after this. Yeah, it's called
this bad boy. Yeah, look at that.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Look, it even comes with its own bookmark. Yeah.
Hardcover. I'm sure it was probably a pretty penny. It better come with a bookmark.
I got it when it was on sale on Amazon.
Oh, speaking of, I think it was Prime. Does Prime Day start tomorrow? It's like 2 days, but it
does
starts
indeed.
tomorrow, I think. Yeah.
Actually, you know what else is tomorrow? A very important date. My cat Nightwing's birthday. She's going to be 5 years old.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Yeah, actually, it comes with it comes in a box, and then you slide this into the box. So I left the box downstairs, marking the spot where it goes on the bookshelf. But the box, the outside of the box, the front side is that very famous image of Dick jumping. Let me go to the cover. This one.
Oh, yeah. That's the cover.
And then the back cover is that Joker one. That's Joker where his face kind of dissolved into bat faces.
Yeah, we're going to get there eventually.
Yep. But not yet. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's kind of like that one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, the Absolute, is fancy, big size pages, and then it has, I don't know, extra stuff at the back, notes and things. I forgot to look if there was any amazing tidbits. Things like this.
No.
So yeah. Yeah, so it's actually a couple different ones. Black Mirror, and then Skeleton Key, and then something else. But then, anyway.
Yeah. Bunch of the Detective Comics issues we'll be covering soon, yeah. Alright.
So yes, we're on the first three. Oh yeah, and this Absolute one, it starts out, the story so far, reminding us.
Oh my.
In the aftermath of the universe-shattering events known as the Final Crisis, Gotham City's Dark Knight was presumed dead. With the mantle of the Bat unclaimed and the city unprotected, original Robin, Dick Grayson, took up the cape and cowl as Gotham's new Batman, joined by Bruce Wayne's son Damian as Robin. The two formed a new and decidedly different dynamic duo, while former sidekick Tim Drake assumed the identity of Red Robin. But when a very much alive Bruce Wayne reappears, he does not immediately return to his old role as Gotham's Caped Crusader. Instead, the original Dark Knight sets out on a larger mission, Batman Incorporated. Recruiting allies around the world, Bruce forms a franchise of Batmen to protect the entire globe. And the burden of protecting Gotham City is once again left on the shoulders of protege Dick Grayson. Dun dun dun! So there we go.
Yeah, so 871 covered a January 2011. So yeah, we'll be running through all the detective, just like with Justice League, we'll be running through the Detective Comics issues up to New 52. Oh, just not in order, because next, stay tuned. Next week we're talking to Cal Higgins about New 52, but we will cover these. All right, so yeah, this one opens up with this kid.
This is also a pretty snazzy cover.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah. But yeah, this kid getting attacked in a locker room, and we see like...
I know, it took me a while to figure this out, because I was like, these kind of look like kids, but then I thought, but they're going to the pool. Are these adults? And then finally, when it was explained, you heard about that thing that happened in Gotham Prep. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Because I'll tell you one thing, my school definitely didn't have a pool.
My high school did.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
At the high school?
Yep.
Man, I guess I went to a crap high school.
I had the best swim class, because when I'd swim, it was like the end of the day, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be nice for it to be at the end of the day. It would be annoying if it was in the middle of the day.
So yeah, this kid's getting attacked by these other kids, but then he transforms. It almost looks like Killer Croc.
Yeah.
And attacks his bullies. But yeah, we see like a voiceover of Dick talking about, when his family would,
Yes,
when
and how Gotham City is.
Yeah, the circus had a big map. They had blue pins, red pins. They had all these different color pins. The other one that had a black pin was Gotham.
Yup. Because Gotham is hungry.
No holds barred.
That sounds like Gotham.
Some places just have a hunger about them, and you either feed them what they want or you stay far, far away.
Yeah. Again, that does kind of seem to describe Gotham.
Yes. Yeah, but then we see Dick waking up in the penthouse.
Yes, and there are vultures outside, which that would definitely disturb me if I woke up and there were vultures outside my house. I mean, vultures are cool and all, but I prefer them not outside my house.
I mean, I'm sure they could put something out there to keep those vultures away.
Oh, right, yeah. But
yeah, Alfred's like, you're still having trouble sleeping? Yeah, but Dick, I guess I'm not the penthouse type. I actually sleep worse in this place now that Bruce is back.
That kind of makes sense, though, because he probably feels like, oh, Bruce is back, so this isn't really my house anymore.
But it's like Bruce asked you to watch over Gotham.
Yeah, I know, but you know how they always write.
Yeah.
Dick in there that he's like,
And Alfred's like, well, maybe it would help more if you, decorated the room more. There's, it's really, bare and stuff. And Dick, I do have that great photo of me in the anti-monitor I could frame. If I hung my old pixie boots on the mantle.
That'd be kind of cute.
Yeah. But yeah, Alfred's like...
But I know that's not what Alfred means.
I know. Alfred's like, it's been over a year and there's barely a trace of you anywhere. Come on.
Then we get to the lab. Where do you think... Is this lab supposed to be in the Wayne Tower, I assume? Like, it's just down the floor from the penthouse?
I'm thinking, yeah.
That's kind of what it feels like, but I don't know for sure.
It's either it's either that building or another Wayne building, yeah, because, he said it's been open nearly 7 weeks. The GCP, and the GCPD could use it free of charge, but it's been 7 weeks, and not a single bag of evidence has come its way until now.
Yes. Oh, and then this I found interesting because, always continuity and whatnot. So now we've seen how at some point between the 70s and whenever and the 90s, I guess, Barbara's age got changed because Commissioner says, actually, I drove my daughter to her high school prom. You just happened to be in the car.
Unless Barbara took a younger guy to the prom.
Well, or unless Dick asked her to the prom and she said, okay, but my dad's driving us. But yeah, no, it was her prom. Yes. Yeah, I mean, so it could have been. Yeah, I always thought that maybe when they did that, maybe she was supposed to be just a little bit older. But yeah, they're kind of all over the place with it now. I mean, because when she first came about, they were pretty clear that she was older than him. But then once they actually started dating, then it became
especially after Crisis.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, Dick's asking Gordon why he's there. It's like, yo, you heard about the incident at Gotham Prep, the pool attack? Yeah, the 12-year-old boy attacked.
Yeah, that's how I finally figured out what was going on.
Yeah, the 12-year-old boy, Dana Redford. We found this in his locker. It's a hormonal mutagen, causes what's known as rapid atavistic regression, kind of reverse evolution. We first encountered this stuff a few years ago when, Killer Croc took a guy with a skin condition and bad teeth and turned him. So they're blaming this for, reverting Killer Croc.
Mm-hmm.
This is the original. But Gordon's like, I thought you can do a quick comparison, see if the stuff matches.
And it does.
So Dick goes, of course, it's about time someone put this circus to good use anyhow.
I know. They talk about the circus a lot in here. Well, I mean, like,
Well,
I guess they don't talk about the circus a lot. They just use the circus.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
But yeah. But Gordon even says, you Waynes have been generous, but I wouldn't hold your breath for more business. If I were you, humble, the GCPD is not.
Yep.
So yeah, they match this stuff, and then, yes.
And then they're talking about the kid,
well,
Dana Redford, right?
Yeah.
Commissioner. Kid's practically raised by the butler, and people act surprised when he goes off the deep end.
Mm-hmm.
No offense, of course. Like, of course. None taken. Seeing as how Dick knows a lot of people kind of raised by the butler.
But yeah, so yeah, the parents are basically, never around. Yeah, so the butler, Carson Reed, Dick as Batman goes to see him because the mutagens put the kid in a coma. But he's talking to the butler. Says, yeah, the mutagen he took is highly guarded police evidence. There's no way he could have gotten it without help. I told you everything I could. Hear the eyes and ears of this household. Think harder. If I knew anything, I'd practically raise that boy myself. You have no idea what it's like seeing him there. Hurt, helpless, and hurt. Yes, I think I do.
Yeah, do you think he's thinking about Damien?
Maybe.
Or just like in general?
Or Jason, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. Or...
I don't know. She's been very private the last few months, the mother. I suppose. Oh. And then I guess the mother shoots the butler.
Yep, she shoots the butler.
Bats in my house.
I mean, I think she's kind of trying to shoot Batman as well, but...
I mean, look at that wild-eyed look. I think she's high or something.
Well, no, you see, yep, and then she jumps out the window, and you see she's got one of those Mad Hatter cards.
Yeah, yeah. So. I mean, she had a shotgun. Yeah, Dick hits her with a batarang in the chest, and yeah, she throws herself out a window. Bat in my house, in my house.
So yeah, actually, I think probably she was aiming for the butler because
to shut him up.
He was starting to talk.
So yeah, Bruce Dick comes down and sees, she's dead. Yeah, and it has a Mad Hatter card on her. It's an old design. Yeah,
well, hey, even the Mad Hatter needs to up his game periodically. Come out with new tech.
Yes, the tag sewn in the Gale Redford's neck is treated with a simple benzapine derivative, which only allows for crude kind of manipulation, more of a brainwash than a reprogramming.
Also, I'm kind of jumping here, but I forget because it's been a while since I read this, but there must be something with the birds because so you've got the vultures, and then I don't know what kind of bird that is, but that's some kind of special bird. I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
So there's unusual birds out and around.
But yeah, Dick did some digging and found it was the same, I guess, officer on duty in the evidence room for both of the, both the mutagen and the playing card. Already went to his apartment. The place looked abandoned. Probably is. He took up with an ex-cop a few months ago. So where did the two lovebirds bought a townhouse over on Park and 23rd? Gordon's like, if you want my guess, the happy couple was selling the stuff on the black market. Maybe.
Yep. But the best one is he turns off the light and he's like, something wrong? No, I'm just not used to you still being there when I look up.
I'm not used to a Batman with manners.
Exactly. So, and then, of course, also when he's talking about how they have all these fancy spy equipment and stuff, but compared to what Batman has, shit stuff.
I know. He's like, there's Glocks, MK51s. Yeah, I mean, this cop has like night vision goggles. In other words, compared to mine, kid stuff.
That's what billions of dollars can get you.
And again, yeah, he like hangs the guy upside down, and the guy's like, "This is my home, you circus freak."
Right? Yes, that's it. Yeah, that was the other circus one. And then also, is this a thing that Bruce always has, or is this an upgrade? The taser in the finger, the bat taser.
I don't know about the finger, but I know before, like their like Bruce and Dick suits were like they could let out like a. If someone was like grabbing them or something, like they could let out like a full charge. Yeah, but you do it like once.
Yeah. But the taser's sweet. I was like, yeah.
But yeah, Dick's questioning this guy, and then the girlfriend comes up behind him with a gun. Hands behind your head. Yeah, I love how he just puts his hand behind his
Exactly.
over his shoulder. Yeah, tasers her in the head.
And then, so, I guess because these people are supplying him with stuff, that's why it's almost like this Buck guy is booby-trapped. Because it's like, the guy didn't shoot something at him, did he? It's coming out of his body.
Yeah, it looks like vines or something coming out of him, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the deal. My guess, since this guy's a cop, and if he's saying the dealer is watching us, the dealer must somehow be booby-trapping people, for lack of a better word.
Yeah, but he's like, I don't know. He's like, I can't say anything, but he's like, when Dick's like, yeah, he can. He's like, he's the dealer. He runs an operation called Mirror House. He collects the villain's stuff and sells it to the highest bidder at these underground auctions. Real wealthy people. Yeah, that's when he starts coughing and all these vines and stuff come out.
Messed up.
But yeah, Dick's thinking, my father was right. Gotham is a hungry, wild, and deadly place. When it wants something, you hand it over or you beware. And the same is true of Batman. And this is the third person I've watched die in front of me this week. All because of this dealer.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, that's the end of that story in the first issue. And then there's a backup, which we'll get more into this, I think, when we do the other detective stuff. But really goes into Gordon. There's like more, murders and stuff. But yeah, it's always like a thing with James Gordon Jr. It's like,
because after that death mine, the absolute one goes right into this.
Oh, does it? What, the next Batman?
Yeah, and then it's okay.
I wonder if they put the Gordon stuff all together, maybe.
Yeah, then that's the start of the Gordon stuff there.
Yeah.
That's right. Isn't it kind of like, for part of the time, 2 bits together?
Yeah. Like I said, there's backups in that one, so they must just put all the Gordon stuff together. It makes sense.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So I didn't read those.
That's okay.
Ones, so we can't talk about them. We'll have to save those for a different time.
When we get to another episode with those, we'll get into that.
Okay.
But, yeah, we see... Yeah, this issue starts with... Is that a flying motorcycle, Dixon? Yes.
Yeah. Well, then he says cycle follow, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's trying to stop this guy, Is that a Mercedes or...
It doesn't matter what.
I know, it's a fancy car.
Mm-hmm. It is a fancy car. I don't know, that looks fancier than a Mercedes.
I wonder what this guy bought. He's trying to shoot at Dick with an umbrella.
Indeed. But then Dick says no, so I assume that guy dies too. Because he, drives
crashes
into
the car,
something and his car explodes.
Maybe, yeah. And
because then he says, now watch closely as I bring the dead back to life.
Yeah, because he goes to talk to Barbara. No, she says, and William Rhodes is now alive and well and about to use his credit card to buy a vintage of her. See, she gets into his credit account and, still has him buying stuff so people don't know he's dead, I guess.
Right, because Dick says, now watch closely as I bring the dead back to life on one page, and then he's going to Barbara. And she mocks Dick's taste in wine, because he says, you know my taste. And she says, right, that means I'll pick the wine. So maybe Dick has cheap tastes, and that won't work for, what's-his-face, William Rhodes. You can't go in there and buy some $20 bottle of Pinot Noir or whatever.
But then
get something fancy.
But then she's asking about the Redford boys. Said the Redfords made their money in imports. Guess one of them fell in with this dealer guy. Let him use the family name and equipment to move auction goods.
Oh yeah, so that's why. So that's why she must have been under control too.
Yeah.
Because the Redfords are not just buyers; they are part of the system.
Until they decided not to anymore, and the dealer didn't like that. Hence the Mad Hatter tag. And he's saying, that Dana kid probably just stumbled on one of their stashes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Barbara's saying she's been researching this mirror house, but everything is 3, even 4 dummy companies removed. Really tricky.
Not too tricky for Oracle, though.
Nope.
That's kid stuff.
Yeah, she uncovered a few clients. It reads like the Gazette Society column. And these are the ones I've been able to trace. But Dick's looking, does Rhodes have an invitation? There's some encrypted stuff that she still has to open. Hopefully, Inroads will be in, Fight will be in 1. All you have to do is fix your face and you're in.
Good thing he's gonna have an easy way to fix his face in a minute.
But he says, I'll make sure to pick you up a housewarming gift. Maybe something for me, too. Alfred was after me the other day for not making the penthouse more homey. Has this Alfred person ever met you?
He likes to be a circus guy.
Mobile. You like the idea of being mobile, all that. A rolling stone and all that stuff. Circus blood.
I suppose it could also just be he doesn't have a lot of stuff. I mean, it's okay to be a minimalist.
Yeah, I love that. You think I like the idea of being mobile? She's like, are you really asking me that with one leg out my window?
So like, does kind of make it sound like it. And yeah, so then she has a fancy new clock tower. I guess it's maybe not strictly a clock tower anymore.
Yeah, it looks like something you'd see in like Seattle or something.
Yeah, a Space Needle. Yes, That's right. Yep.
So yeah, then we get that splash page of him jumping out the...
Yeah, which is pretty top notch.
But
then, speaking of you need to get your new face, Tim comes in with these fancy smart masks that manipulates and bends visible light.
Yep. All part of Bruce's new Batman Incorporated enhancements.
Yep.
I guess this means we'll be retiring the old beard and wig trunk. Blasphemy, Mr. Drake. Blasphemy.
That's right. You can't get rid of your beard and wig trunk. Sometimes you need a good wig. Or a bad wig, depending.
There's plenty of TV shows that do it.
Exactly. But then he goes and meets Bullock, and Bullock points out to him that this mirror house is not a new thing. He's heard of it before, and he's heard of it in other places, too.
Yeah,
interesting.
He talks to some of the retired guys. Some remember rumors about an underground auction house devoted to baddies. Supposedly they move around, hold their little get-togethers at sites where nasty things went down. Cult-type stuff. Yep.
Which makes sense then when Barbara unlocks the invitation, and it's from Etienne Guibourg, who, as Dick says, is a priest in 17th century France. He was convicted of performing black masses.
But yeah,
it was busted in the reign of Louis XIV.
Yes, but yeah, supposedly, these things have been going on for at least 10 or 20 years, and not just Gotham, Metropolis, Star City.
All the good places. I feel like Dick has a wig on when he's being, what's his face? William Rhodes. They don't have exactly the same hair. William Rhodes' hair is much more brown. I guess he could have dyed his hair temporarily, though.
Unless it's that mask thing.
What? It does hair, too?
I don't know.
That's too fancy, but you're probably right. Probably right.
But yeah, I guess the latest auction is in a neighborhood that never got rebuilt after the earthquake.
Yep. Go in. Everybody has to wear a gas mask. Interesting.
But yeah, Tim ran a scan. There's a blackout field in effect, so Dick won't be able to contact anyone once he goes in.
And you kind of have to suspect that something's up. I mean, obviously, because it's a comic book, but also, secondly, because when he walks in, the creepy dude at the thing is like, Mr. Rhodes, you're just in time. Like, he's wearing a gas mask. How does he know it's Mr. Rhodes?
Well, no, they hand him the gas mask when he comes in.
Right, I know, but so when he walks in, he's wearing the gas mask.
Yeah, but they also gave him that he has that little paddle in his pocket.
I know, but I think it's also a sign that something suspicious is up.
Yeah, I know.
Because he's looking out for him.
Yeah, I mean, he has a gas mask on, but yeah, that auctioneer guy looks pretty old.
Yeah, well, like he's using those sticks, like the canes or whatever. And then I think, though, that when he says it's filled with this poison gas that does delusions before sparking brain hemorrhages. I mean, he must be. Don't you think the gas is getting to the people there too?
Well, I mean, they're all wearing. They're all wearing. I don't know.
What?
I mean, they're all wearing gas masks. I just think it's they're just like deviants. You know, they're just like bad people.
I guess they're caught up in the crowd.
But yeah, because the guy's like, yeah, I made sure all your masks filter out this gas. Now the flat.
Start being suspicious because he knew your name and he's talking about this mask. And then, of course, why is it whenever we have these things, always the crowbar?
Yeah, I know.
The crowbar that supposedly killed Jason, I feel like, is the Batman equivalent of this joke we tell about, in medieval history, pieces of the true cross, that there are enough pieces of the true cross to crucify Jesus like 100 times over. I feel like there are enough crowbars out there claiming that that's the crowbar they used to beat Robin.
Yeah, I know. It's like, where did this crowbar? I mean, unless Joker dumped it somewhere. I thought it like blew up at the warehouse, but yeah, it'll keep showing back up. But I mean,
well, then it's like subsequently the Joker's always popping up with a crowbar, like, hey. I guess he could just be getting new crowbars, but it's
unless the guy purposely brought the crowbar out tonight, because as we see, he's like, he knows it's Batman.
Right. Well, and I mean, it is, of course, also totally possible that it's made up.
Yeah.
I mean, he could just get any old crowbar and beat somebody with it and be like, ta-da. Because also he says it comes from Lebanon, Beirut specifically. Didn't Jason get beat to death in Ethiopia?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I mean, I understand that it could have come through. Beirut is a major shipping port, but anyway, then he starts specifically talking to William Rhodes, so you know he's messing him up. And then he says, get him, everybody!
Yeah, after the auctioneer gives this big speech about, evil is humanity's divine spark, blah, 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 evil, evil.
And then that part ends on a killer cliffhanger. Tear him apart and keep his bones for yourselves. Oh, that's the end.
Yep. The crowd just basically rushing him.
Yep.
All right, so then that takes us to 873. Yeah, that's the cover. That's the one. That's the image you like.
Yep, that's the cover. And then since this is a circus, using lessons learned from the trapeze. Pick a point, stick to it, and boom.
Yeah, pick the point in space you're headed for and never look away, even for a second.
He jumps to old Etienne and boom, takes that creepy crowbar.
I love Dick jumping over the crowd. And I want his pretty teeth.
It's like a mosh pit. He's crowd surfing.
I love when he pulls stunts like this, like in street clothes and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you get I assume if you get a good suit, it'll move with you.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously, the Bat family will have the finest.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, I feel like since Alfred can do everything, he probably tailors all of their clothes extra to, now I gotta slide some, sneaky spandex panels into Dick's suit so that he can, do splits and air flips or whatever.
Well, I was gonna say, at least maybe make the
no matter what he's wearing.
Make the pants maybe a little extra baggy just so he can move in them.
Yeah, or put some kind of special, like I said, stretchy fabric in it. That's why I said spandex, because it's stretchy.
So, yeah, Dick's trying to get out. He's trying to fight the gas at the same time because his gas mask wasn't working.
Yep.
And then one of the guards seems to get him, but he's breaking loose. But he's like, quit panicking. Build a safety net out of facts to steady you. Fact, my name is Dick Grayson. I am Gotham City's Batman. These are the citizens, because he's hallucinating them as monsters. These are just citizens of Gotham. They're just men and women who've got a bit too excited by the taboo of all this. They're not.
Yeah, they are pretty freaky looking.
Yeah.
And then he's running. Thankfully, there's a door.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this house is partially destroyed. Pray he lands somewhere soft. I assume because it's Harbor House, he lands in the water.
Well, it looks like he blacks out, then he wakes up.
Right, that's what I'm saying. When it says pray you land somewhere soft, he must have landed somewhere soft.
Well,
that's what I'm thinking maybe.
Because, he seems to wake up, and there's Barbara's there, and she's like, he's like, wait, what's wrong? She's like, there's something I need to tell you. What? I can't feel my legs. There's no easy way to say this. The Mirror House, they got to you before Tim did. When Tim found you, they were eating your legs, because it looks like his legs are amputated. No, this can't be happening. You're still alive though, Dick. You're intact, which is all I could ask for, because it means there's still some for me. And Barbara starts trying to attack him.
And then you're like, oh snap!
She's like crawling out of that wheelchair.
Yeah.
I love you. I've always loved you. And I just want a piece of you with that knife. A little piece.
Man, whew, thankfully, he wakes up.
Yes. Think it's me, Babs. Yeah, because he has his legs. The gas. My God, it was so real.
I guess Tim must have found him. But that's why I figured maybe he jumped into the water and Tim found him. Because, I assume as soon as he got out of the building, his beacon or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I think they knew which building he was going into. He just couldn't communicate once he went in.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, we gave a coagulant to stop the threat of a stroke. But even so, it's going to take some time to work its way through your system. How long have it been out? Only about 9 hours. Then there's no time. He said he was leaving town in the morning. That means right now. And he's like, I need to get to the bunker. He's like, ugh. Rest is what you need. You're beaten to a pulp in the gas. I can handle it. Just going all Bruce. I can handle it. Just help me access the charter wing of the Gotham International Airport. He's like,
right. Well, because that's some smart deduction. He's like, because he's probably, now that the Redfords are dead, that's probably how he got in. So he's using their...
I love how he says to her, he's like, I could do it, but you're faster at that.
Yes. But that's true. And then we see Mr. Giborg, we have a problem. And he opened the door and he's like, no, my cargo!
Yeah, and we see that flying back.
So I feel like I get that, but that is also kind of dangerous to just let cargo be falling out of a plane in the sky because that could hit someone and hurt them.
Yeah.
Just saying. Then you see him a bit. Oh, okay, so he puts some kind of breathing mask on, I guess, when he starts to see that I guess maybe like an oxygen mask because the plane's open.
Yeah, I was going to say, air's probably thin, especially for an old guy like that, yeah.
Yeah, but I love this. Tell Dale to climb. There's no way that craft will be able to follow us past 30,000 feet. Clearly someone does not know Batman.
I know.
Batman, that thing probably turns into a rocket and can follow you to the moon.
I was going to say, I know flying cars, really?
Yeah, no way. He'll get him. Well, I thought maybe it was like a tiny bat plane. No, yeah, maybe it is the flying Batmobile. But anyway.
But yeah, then Dick pops out in that flying suit.
Okay. And then the weird guy, he is changing. That's not an effect of the gas. He is becoming some creepy man-bat thing.
Yeah, I think he said it was, there's some man-bat serum, I think.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's not the gas affecting you. This is all real. And he becomes that. Yep. Which is like an old geriatric bat, I think.
I know, but he's like, look, he's like 20 feet tall.
Right, yeah, but...
So yeah, he's trying to hit Dick and like throw in the crates at him. Oh, that looks like some Firefly gear.
He's all like, I love you, can't you see? I love what you give to Gotham, the magnificent infection.
I eat your milk, I am the child at your nipple. What?
He's going a little bit crazy, okay?
I know. Look at my eye, what do you see? What I see is a common criminal, a greedy old man who sells dusty pieces of junk to rich people with too much time on their hands. You're not some high priest of evil, you're just a geriatric, broken down crook. Hopped up on venom and some outdated version of Doc Langstrom's man-bat juice. Yeah,
that does seem... he is in some weird... that is not a natural bat thing. Also, that bat is naked. It doesn't even have any fur on it. That's weird. That's why I said it's like an old man bat.
Oh, yeah.
It's like because Etienne's bald, he has no hair on his bat when he becomes a man bat.
But then, yes, he throws a crate at Dick, which knocks him out of the plane... Which is fine because he has a parachute, but then the plane blows up.
Yeah.
We just see stuff raining down like Riddler suits and...
I know. It's an awesome Riddler suit. Little masks.
That would have been funny.
I wonder whose purple cape that is. They seem like villains.
Unless it's like a Joker coat or something. I don't know. That'd be fun if there was a storyline just with a bunch of copycats after this of all these people that found this stuff.
I found this sweet suit. Cool, dude. Or somebody have some really authentic Halloween costumes.
Oh yeah. But then we see.
And then the penthouse is now Graysonized. He hangs up his Bloodhaven PD thing, his poster.
Yeah, because he said Leslie thought a few familiar objects in the room might help kick the nightmare gas.
Seems good. Looks like he brought some of his books. Smart. He does not want to keep the crowbar around.
Oh, yeah.
Seems wise.
Yeah, well, Alfred walks in and says, yeah, the Coast Guard found the plane. There was no bodies found. The Dana boy is still in the hospital. Yeah, he asked him about the crowbar because he said Tim found it nearby. He's like, yeah, just toss it in the river.
Yep.
Well, again, I mean, I don't know. Bruce probably would have flogged himself with it, but it's like, even when they were packing up the cave, Dick's like, yeah, pack up Jason's suit. That's Bruce's cross to bear, not mine.
Right. Plus, why would you want... I mean, you don't even know if it's real. And honestly, if it really is the crowbar to kill Jason, why would you want that around? That seems even worse.
And 2, you really don't want that around, because if it is the real one, if that's still blood on there, could someone pull DNA off that thing?
Yeah, but also, I don't know, if you want to get along with Jason and be like, hey, you're my brother, how insulted would you be if you were Jason and you walked back and they were like, hey, look at this cool thing we picked up at Muir House. It's the crowbar that murdered you. I would be so pissed.
But I'm like, forget throwing it in the river. Well, melt it down, destroy it, something.
Real. But I guess if they throw it in the river, it'll wash the DNA off because, you know, as we know from cop shows, DNA degrades in the water.
You know Superman, throw it in the sun.
This is true. Or have him melt it with his eyes. That'd be fun.
Could probably make a couple batarangs out of that thing.
No, creepy. You cannot make batarangs out of Jason's possible murder crowbar.
You take this object of evil and use it for good.
If you did that, I would say, which you can't do because you're Batman and Batman doesn't kill people, but if you turned that murder crowbar into batarangs, then you would give them to Jason so he could use them to throw them in Joker's crappy face.
There you go.
That would be That would be kind of therapeutic, actually. Then it ends when Dick's staring out of the sky. Or no, actually, he's looking in a mirror.
Yeah, I love this whole thing where he's saying, just when you think the city's, you know, you've seen everything the city can throw at you, you know, the city seems like it's getting meaner, wilder, something's changing. But Alfred's like, can I remind you how little sleep you've been getting? I took it upon myself to have the mattress changed again. Shall I wake you for a late supper? Yeah, it's just Dick staring in the mirror. Master Richard?
You can see the skyline and bats reflected behind him. There's a lot of bats in Gotham. And why are they out in the day? Just saying.
I was going to say.
All right. So yeah, that's actually all I read. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
That's okay, because
I didn't realize that the James Gordon stuff was part of it.
I mean, we'll get into it. I think the next time we talk Detective, we'll get into it. But yeah, I mean, only the first 2 had backups, and it was basically just Gordon just questioning himself if his son was behind these latest murders, and Barbara's like never trusted him. And
right, yeah, because then they come together. I guess because I saw this, I thought that this was a separate issue. Is that the cover? What's the cover for the next issue?
Well, that is one of the covers. That might be the next cover.
Oh, so maybe that's the cover for 874, and then all these backups are part of it.
Because there's at least one issue where it's like there's a lot of, you know, it's mostly the Gordon stuff, so.
Yeah. So well, because there's one, he and Tim are doing something in one. Yeah.
Well, like I said, there was only a couple pages in the first 2 issues we covered tonight, so they might just package that all together.
Okay. Yeah.
So what did you think? I mean, I thought this was a good story.
Oh yeah, it's very good. Oh yeah, there's Skeleton Kate. Oh yeah. Yeah, because I mean, you see Dick being a pretty good detective because, you know, he's figuring out pretty fast, like, oh, this is what this person did. Oh, this is where I need to go. Oh, some other stuff. So that's good. And yeah, I mean, it's freaky. It's definitely atmospheric, as they say, and the art fits it well. Yep.
Oh yeah. I think this was some of the better stuff of. Well, I mean, they were all pretty good, but this was some of the really good stuff from Dick's time as Batman. This time, yeah. And it's Scott Snyder who would, you know, once New 52 starts, would bring us Court of Owls and all of that.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, but it's also interesting how different the art is on the backup.
Yeah. I think it's like different. It's like a different team. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because that's the one where we're getting that giant, the whale.
Oh yeah.
The whale is coming. Yep. Yeah, so it'll be exciting things. Yes, I did a little bit. But I think, the really creepy stuff about what James Gordon Jr. is doing is afterwards. Because then that's part of it is the Skeleton Key. And then the next one is the Lost Boys, right?
I think so, yeah.
Like several. Oh no, that's one. But, then we get into Hungry City.
Yes. Okay. But
Fine in.
Just to let everyone in, we'll get back to the next detective arc in about a month.
I know, yeah, you'll have to.
That's all right, because I think they won't mind, because the next 3 weeks, as long as everyone's schedules hold up, we're going to have interviews the next 3 weeks in a row. Next episode, we'll be talking to Cal Higgins about his New 52 Nightwing run. The second week, by that time, Nightwing 75 will have come out, and we will be talking to Dan Jurgens. So we can talk Nightwing 75, all the stuff he worked on for Dick Grayson.
Oh,
and I might sneak in
him.
And I might sneak in some Superman stuff too. And then the week after that, we should be talking to. I was like.
Tim.
Yes, Tim Seeley. I was always like, should we surprise him? Nah, never worry about it. Yes. So then the third week, we'll be talking to Tim Seeley. We're talking, of course, his Grayson run and the Nightwing Rebirth stuff. So if anyone has any questions about any of those, send them in. I'll tell you a little bit how to get there. Yeah, we might even have a special, my buddy Tyler might be joining us for some or all those interviews. So Tyler Patrick, DC fan, you know him. All right, so anything else on these before we get to the plugs?
I think that's everything.
All right.
I think we have stopped at a good spot, but keep that stuff in mind because
That's right. So if you, like I said, if you have any questions for Cal Higgins, Dan Jurgens, or Tim Seeley, or you want to send in your thoughts on the rest of this detective arc, you can email all of those in capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Or you can call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember to follow Nightwing News on Facebook, Twitter. You can follow all of our stuff, all of our various shows. You can watch this video and more on the YouTube. Go subscribe to the channel and like. Links to our Patreon where we talk Star Trek. Links to merch. All of it, all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio, Hunt a Killer, Podlife the Book, now in digital paperback. And while you're buying books, hey, Amazon Prime Day is coming up. Well, by the time this hits the podcast, it'll be done. But if you're watching this on YouTube, Amazon Prime Day is coming up. It doesn't even have to be Amazon Prime Day. Go buy Podlife the Book. Go buy Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. And when you buy both of those, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Won't affect you at all, but it helps us, help support this show, the network, and that figure of evil himself, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom. Why did your eye drift over to my box?
And Kristen has nothing to say. She's like, how dare you promote that Dick Grayson Boy Wonder book? But it's so good. Dick Grayson Boy Wonder. Go pick it up. I don't care what you say. I'll keep promoting it, Kristen. Anyway, so yes. So send in your questions, your thoughts, your well wishes for Cal Higgins, Dan Jurgens, and Tim Seeley. Like I'm sure if Tyler's here too, but I was gonna say I'm probably trying to sneak in some Superman talk with Dan Jurgens because he's written a lot of Superman.
Wait, you said he did Death of Superman?
Oh yeah, he wrote a lot in the 90s. Then he even came back to Superman later. So yeah, there's a lot of Dan. So yeah, especially with Dan Jurgens, if you have questions for Nightwing or Superman, yeah, send those in.
Soups.
Was Dan Jurgens the one who created Booster Gold, I think? But yeah, there's a lot of stuff, so
I'll Google it.
Send in all your stuff. Until next time,
created by Dan Jurgens.
Same wing time, same wing channel.